In the digital world, every action leaves a trace, a footprint that can be followed. For hackers, these traces are dangerous, exposing them to law enforcement and rivals. Anonymity is their shield. One slip can mean arrest or worse. Imagine a thief using disguises and back alleys. Hackers do the same, but online. Their survival depends on vanishing after every move. This has sparked a technological arms race. Hackers erase tracks, defenders hunt for clues. At the center is the IP address, the digital home address. The best hackers change their IP every few seconds, making them nearly impossible to pin down. What was once elite is now accessible to many, thanks to new tools and tactics. Understanding these methods isn't just for experts, it's vital for anyone online. By learning how hackers hide, we can better protect our own privacy. The secrets of digital ghosts offer lessons for us all. Every device that connects to the internet has an IP address. Think of it as your device's digital mailing address, unique to you at that moment in time. This address is what allows data, messages, and websites to find their way to your device, just like a street address helps mail reach your home. But your IP reveals more than you might realize. It's assigned by your internet provider and can often pinpoint your general location, sometimes down to your city or even your neighborhood. For investigators, an IP address can be a direct link to your identity, connecting your online actions to a real person. If a cybercrime is traced to a specific IP, law enforcement can subpoena the internet provider and find out exactly who was using it at a given time. Hackers know this all too well. Leaving their real IP exposed is like dropping a driver's license at the scene of a crime, making it easy to be tracked. Every website, server, and online service you interact with logs IP addresses, creating a digital trail of your activity that can be followed. Investigators use these logs to reconstruct what happened online, piecing together evidence to build cases and uncover the truth. For hackers, the very first rule is to mask their real IP address before doing anything risky or illegal online, using tools like VPNs or proxies. Exposing their true IP is a rookie mistake that can lead to instant identification and arrest. The IP address is the single thread connecting digital actions to the real world, tying online behavior to physical identity. Severing that link, breaking the connection between your IP and your real identity, is the foundation of true online anonymity. That's why, for anyone who values privacy or wants to avoid detection, hiding the IP address is always the top priority. Hackers play a shell game with their IP address, constantly reinventing their digital identity to stay one step ahead of anyone trying to track them down. In the world of cybercrime, anonymity is power, and hackers use a variety of tools to mask their true location and identity. They constantly shift their digital identity, making it nearly impossible for investigators to pin them to a single place or device. The simplest method is using a proxy server, an intermediary that hides the hacker's real IP. By routing their connection through a proxy, hackers can instantly disguise where their traffic is really coming from. With a proxy, a hacker in Ohio can appear to be in Germany, instantly throwing off trackers and making it look like their activity originates from another continent. Public proxies are slow and unreliable, so skilled hackers use private ones for speed and security. Private proxies are less likely to be blacklisted and offer more consistent performance, making them a preferred choice for serious cybercriminals. Another tool is the VPN, which encrypts traffic and replaces the real IP with one from the VPN server. This not only hides the hacker's location, but also scrambles their data, making it unreadable to outsiders. A hacker in Russia can look like they're in Panama, with their activity hidden from local ISPs and government surveillance. VPNs add another layer of confusion for anyone trying to follow the digital trail. Some VPNs claim to keep no logs, making tracing even harder. If no records are kept, investigators hit a dead end when trying to follow the hacker's path. Advanced hackers chain multiple proxies and VPNs, creating layers of obfuscation. Each added layer is another hurdle for anyone trying to trace the source. Tracing them requires peeling back each layer, often across different countries and legal systems, which can take months or even years. This multi-layered approach is like Russian nesting dolls. Each layer adds complexity, hiding the real identity deeper and deeper. Investigators face a slow, complex process to uncover the real source, often requiring international cooperation and advanced forensic tools. For hackers, this layered shell game is essential to staying hidden. It's a constant battle of wits between those who want to remain invisible and those determined to find them. The more layers, the harder they are to catch, and the longer the game of digital hide-and-seek continues. Using a single fake IP isn't enough. Staying static makes hackers easy targets. Sophisticated attackers rotate through hundreds or thousands of IPs, switching every few seconds. Specialized tools automate this rapid IP rotation, creating chaos for defenders. Security systems struggle to track attacks when every attempt comes from a new IP. Distributed attacks blend in with normal traffic, evading detection. Investigators face a logistical nightmare, tracing hundreds of IPs used in minutes. Legal requests for each IP take time. By then, the hacker is long gone. The trail goes cold almost instantly. Rapid IP switching makes attribution nearly impossible. Hackers use a mix of tools to hide: VPNs, Tor, and proxies. These technologies are the backbone of digital anonymity, and each plays a unique role in keeping a hacker's identity hidden from prying eyes. VPNs encrypt connections and mask IPs, especially when based in privacy-friendly countries and paid for anonymously. By routing internet traffic through secure servers, VPNs make it much harder for anyone to trace activity back to the original user. This is often the first line of defense for those seeking privacy online. Tor bounces traffic through multiple volunteer relays, each knowing only part of the path, making tracing extremely difficult. The Tor network is designed so that no single relay knows both the origin and the destination, adding another layer of confusion for anyone trying to follow the digital trail. Proxies, especially residential ones, make hacker traffic look like it's coming from regular home users. This helps attackers blend in with normal internet activity, making detection even more challenging for defenders. Hackers use software to manage and rotate through massive proxy lists, sometimes millions strong. This constant rotation of IP addresses makes it nearly impossible to block or track their movements using traditional methods. The most advanced attackers combine these tools, VPN to Tor to rotating proxies, stacking them in sequence for maximum effect. Each added layer increases the complexity of the digital maze. This creates a maze of misdirection, each layer adding a technical and legal hurdle for investigators. The more layers, the more time and resources are needed to even attempt to break through. To trace a hacker, investigators must de-anonymize every step. Miss one, and the trail ends. Even a single overlooked connection can mean the difference between catching a criminal and losing them forever. Each tool has strengths, but together, they form a formidable shield. This layered approach is what makes modern cyber investigations so complex. The more layers, the more secure the hacker's identity. Every added tool is another barrier between the attacker and those trying to unmask them. For defenders, unraveling this web is a daunting task. It requires patience, expertise, and sometimes a bit of luck to break through the layers. For hackers, it's the ultimate cloak, an ever-evolving shield that keeps them steps ahead in the digital cat-and-mouse game. These techniques aren't just theory, they're used in real cyber attacks. In credential stuffing, attackers use botnets, thousands of infected devices, to rotate IPs and avoid detection. Each login attempt comes from a different country, blending in with normal users. Defenders can't block all the IPs without affecting real customers. State-sponsored groups use similar tactics, rotating command and control servers and hiding behind trusted domains. They move infrastructure constantly, forcing defenders into a game of whack-a-mole. By the time one server is blocked, the attackers have already moved on. Rapid IP rotation is a hallmark of sophisticated long-term hacking campaigns. Rapid IP switching isn't foolproof. There are risks. Many free proxies are honeypots set up by law enforcement to catch hackers. VPNs that promise no logs can be forced to start logging by court order. Technical flaws or misconfigurations can leak a hacker's real IP, even for a second. Tor's security depends on its volunteer relays. Malicious relays can de-anonymize users through correlation attacks. State agencies may run many relays, increasing the risk. But the biggest risk is human error. One slip, like logging into a personal account, can expose everything. Investigators look for these mistakes, piecing together clues. Perfect anonymity requires perfect discipline. One mistake can unravel it all. Even the best tools can't protect against human error. While most of us aren't hiding from the law, we can use some hacker tactics for privacy. Use a reputable paid VPN, especially on public Wi-Fi, to encrypt your connection. Choose privacy-focused browsers like Brave or Firefox, and add tracker blocking extensions. Be careful with what you share on social media. Less is more. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Regularly review privacy settings and limit public data. For sensitive chats, use end-to-end encrypted apps like Signal. You don't need extreme measures, but basic privacy hygiene gives you control. Protect your digital life like you lock your front door. The battle between those hiding online and those tracking them is endless. Hackers invent new ways to vanish. Defenders build smarter tools to find them. Perfect anonymity is a myth, but practical anonymity is real for disciplined, well-funded hackers. Their goal isn't to be untraceable, but to make tracking them too costly and complex. These tools also protect journalists and activists, not just criminals. The same technology that shields the innocent can also hide the guilty. There's no way to separate the two without risking freedom online. The chase will continue with both sides evolving. For regular users, awareness is the best defense. Understanding these tools helps you protect your own privacy. In the digital world, knowledge is your best shield.